Let's get it. Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, wow.
Microphone.
Ooh. Now you want to be probably about 6 inches, 8 inches off of it.
All right. How does that sound?
That's pretty good. You sound good.
All right, cool.
Oh, that sound.
Now, see, it's right in the front here, so you can see. So let's pull that up on you a little here. Is that about where you're going to speak from? Let's go
probably
here.
Right there. Yeah,
Does that
that's
make
it.
you uncomfortable to have that come flying towards your face like that?
Huh.
Give me something to stare at.
He just don't stare at me.
Same thing. How you sounding there?
Oh, that sound.
Oh, that's pretty good. You can come a little closer. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, come a little closer.
Pull this part up to you. Perfect. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay, now let's find. Where are you gonna find this since you have this? Try that.
How you doing?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
I'm here.
Well, it's amazing how different that sounds with the mask on.
I know.
That's incredible.
Does it sound all right?
It's not too bad, but we just have to get it to where the level picks you up. Because otherwise it sounds like I'm like right in a microphone and you're calling on the phone or something.
Okay. Gotta wear the
Definitely
mask.
too hot for that today, for me.
Yeah, it is getting kind of warm up in here.
Oh, shit. Now then. Let's open that. We'll have some access to music. If you want to play music, sound effects and shit on the phone, whatever, too.
Okay.
We can mess with some of that. Yeah, you're pretty good in there. Tell us who you are.
Where do I start? Well, everybody know me as Fred, but when I got into the music side of things, it went to Freddie Benz. So,
Why is that happening? Make sure that, okay, so on the front of that mic, you see where it says MXL?
yeah.
You want to basically talk right at that, and when you're coming in to talk, get on top of the mic a
Gotcha.
little bit.
Okay.
You're going to want to do that. And then I got to figure out which mic you are. Say hello.
Hello. Number
Okay, so
3.
you're on no, I think I got you on 2. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so on 2. Now just Freddie Benz. My name is Freddie Benz. Put it on the track, something.
He didn't say put it on the track.
Oh, for real.
Okay, that's good. So, where are you from?
Originally from Georgia.
Okay, that's good. All right, let's flip back over here.
Yes, sir.
Give me your first and last.
Ty.
Ty,
Niff.
Niff.
No, but it's Tyrone, man. That's Tyrone. That's my
Okay.
my birth given name is Tyrone. I'm from Sacramento.
Ah, that's not
Yes.
Yeah, yours is doing okay too now.
Okay.
You got a level on you.
Yeah, I should come a little closer. So like it sounds like.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. You're right on top of it. That's what it is. Now, let's take me down on the gain a little. That's good. Let's keep it right there. Okay. I think that's kind of makes us ready through sound check, and we can really actually begin this thing. And we're sitting in here with Fred.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell me how they know you. How do they know you?
Oh, man.
What do they call you by?
Benz. B-E-N-Z.
Fred Benz.
Fred Benz, Freddie Benz, FB.
I like
That's
it.
it.
And you're from Georgia, you say?
Originally from Georgia.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how you came about.
Well, grew up military. Same background. Grew up in Georgia. It was called Augusta back then. Well, it still is. Where the Masters is for golf.
Okay.
What's crazy about it is where I grew up in Augusta. The next door neighbor who I grew up with was actually the rapper, as Young Jeezy.
Oh, wow.
So we actually grew up together.
Whoa.
Before I moved out to California.
That's rad.
So moved to California. I was into sports, doing that kind of thing. Football, track, stuff like that. And that's it. Then later on, I got into the music side of it. Was a bunch of friends that were into music. Mm-hmm. I was never really into it, but what I did know is I was more of a business person and more business minded.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing was, how can I take maybe what I'm good at and what they're good at and see if we can put it together and try to make something happen.
Uh-huh.
So
Kind of question a businessman asks.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
that.
So then, in Sacramento, I met a singer guy named Lo, a guy named Sean, Ben, Tamar, that went by the name of Lumpy Pockets.
Lumpy Pockets.
Lumpy Pockets. So, they were doing their thing, and they had a producer by the name of Rick Rock. I
Okay.
used to help them out too.
Uh-huh.
So back then, they were creating and making music, and they just didn't have really a platform to get the music out as far as places to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento at that time only had one place to perform called Pinky's back then.
Okay.
Where everybody used to go to.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Where was Pinky's in Sacramento?
somewhere off of Garden Highway.
Yeah, it's a little past
Kinda.
Garden Highway.
Okay.
It's like a little bit on the outskirts of Sacramento.
Okay.
So
So a place
like-
where you could really go to party.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody that got a little of a name today started there. Your Jay Stylins, your Filthy Rich, all those guys performed
wow.
there before they were who
so
they are
it
today.
kicked out a whole scene of people.
It did.
Pinky's.
It
Wow.
did.
Okay, that's cool.
So then I was like, I'm gonna get into it, see what I can do to help out. I went to I think it was called the Junction in Roseville, and I used to rent that place out and have them come perform and make them as the headliners there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I kind of got my foot wet in the show business,
Oh,
or not
nice.
show business, but doing shows.
Yeah, yeah.
As time went by, we had a birthday party for Sean and this guy Corey. That's how I met Ty.
Okay.
So Ty come over there, and he was cool. He was like, "Man, I heard about you. Come over to my house sometime." So I went over there, and that's when I noticed he had a whole studio set up.
Oh, wow.
Everybody
Nice.
was over there performing in the living room, man. And the cool thing about it is that, being coming from Sacramento, the type of music I grew up on in my teenage years, they all lived next to Ty.
Wow.
Producer Funk Beta,
Mm-hmm.
Brother
Wow.
Lynch Hung,
Yep.
all of them, man. And then
COS.
COS, this guy
Wow.
named Emil.
Yeah.
And Emil wasn't a rapper, but I just knew him from a Brother Lynch song.
Ah,
Brother Lynch did a tribute to his cousin, or Emil's brother,
uh-huh.
Exactly.
named Cue Ball, that got killed. And he said,
Oh.
I'm going to do this for my cousin Emil.
Wow.
Cue Ball, Cue Ball,
Oh,
Cue
yeah.
Ball. Look up in the sky.
Ah.
And I'm like, that's Emil, that's Emil.
Wow.
And he lived right across from
Yeah.
Ty. I'm like,
Straight across from
so now I'm seeing all this. So then things started clicking, man. I was like, you know what? He's producing, making beats, recording.
Yeah.
Got Sean and Corey and Lo and everybody. Then you got Brother Lynch Hung and Funk Beta, producer, and all these people right here.
With talent,
Yeah.
means.
We don't have to go anywhere. It's like
Yeah.
within this whole complex.
Yep.
So what can we do to get this going?
Yeah.
So what happened? We tried to do, because Lynch took some years off at that time.
Oh, yeah.
And now I think he was ready to get back.
Mm.
So then it was okay. We're gonna start reaching out to some radio stations, and
Now, what year are you talking about here?
this was 2007,
2000.
2008, somewhere around there.
7, 8, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was trying to come back and get back into the music thing. So right away started reaching out, and he didn't ask me to do it. I wanted to do it just to help. Started reaching out to some radio stations just to book some interviews for him, just to get his name back out there.
Mhm.
Ty was at that time still recording. We had a guy named Tall Can G. That was part of the Masick, and he was doing the management part for Lynch back then. And we were just trying to make it happen. That kind of fell through, but the blessing came through because he ended up getting picked up by Tech Nine.
Mm.
Tech Nine signed him to Strange Music.
Wow, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so once that happened, Tech Nine immediately had him come out and go on tour. Tall Can was supposed to go out there with him because, again, he was managing. But Tall Can would go by himself. Lynch at that time didn't feel comfortable being by himself with Tech Nine and all the crew. Not that there was a problem, but he was still a new artist onto the label, and
Yeah.
not really knowing everybody like that.
Yeah.
So-
You got to make your place. And, I
Yeah.
understand
So he was like, man, why don't you guys come meet up with us out in Seattle was the first stop, right?
Yep.
I met up with.
Yep.
Man, so we went and rented a car, a little car, man. God damn.
Yeah, it was.
God damn, boy, I'm talking, we driving like this.
Yeah,
man,
like,
God damn. Man,
oh,
hella long, huh?
That was a long drive, bro.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
so me, Ty.
Seattle's a long drive.
Oh, man.
Man.
Yeah. You know, I'm doing all the driving.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, he did all the driving. And that was at like, what, 6 p.m.? We
Yeah.
left Sacramento late. So then we drive to Seattle. Me, him, and Tall Can. Me, Ty, and Tall Can.
Uh-huh.
So then we meet over Tech 9 and everybody at a fairground, I think it was.
Yeah.
Fairground, and it was cool.
Yeah.
That was our first experience of the whole tour life.
Yeah.
We didn't know what went on. Man, so they were like, man, come on to the tour bus. We go on there, man. We get us some clothes.
Yeah.
We seen how crazy the tour life was.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't, I'm watching, like, everybody's partying,
Yeah.
but I'm watching Tech 9. I'm watching.
Yeah, what is he doing?
What is he doing? And I'm watching the
Yeah.
business of what's going on.
That's why they call you Benz.
I'm sitting at the table and I'm watching, and I'm like, man, we went to Seattle. I seen him sell out so fast. I think it was like $500,000 in 2 days because he sold out fast. And because he sold out so fast, he said, fuck it, we're going to do another show the next day. The next day wasn't even booked, bro.
Wow,
They just did
added
it
yeah.
because so many people couldn't get in. The lines, they were in the rain around the corner trying to get in. It was crazy.
Where was that at?
The Showbox.
The big
show-
one, too.
Yeah, the Showbox sold out, and then we did the next day at the Junction, that place, Coyote Junction,
Coyote
Junction,
Johnson, I think that's what
Wow.
and
Just
down.
anywhere they could take him.
Yeah,
and they took him, and he sold out again.
Oh,
Everywhere.
yeah, he did.
The merchandise sold so fast. We had girls coming up. Can we have that shirt you guys got on? I'm like, oh, go to
Like
the merch
the one
booth.
off my back,
Yeah,
or just the one that looks like it over there.
Yeah, we'll give you $50. Shit, here.
Here, you got it.
Man,
Here
Start
we
getting
go.
another one.
Shape real
Man.
quick. I'm gonna sell some shirts.
man, I'm trying to cover up. Wait a minute. I had titties and shit. I'm just like, man, girl. but man, so just seeing that and how much money was coming in, and watching people how they were enjoying themselves, and I think me, Ty, and forget who else it was, but we walked across the street to a restaurant. At this time, we're nobody.
Yeah.
But the restaurant didn't know that.
Yeah.
They gave us free food and
Yeah.
sushi. And they was catering to us.
Yeah, like stars.
Stars, like.
We just know Tech 9 is close by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you guys got off that tour bus, so it must be something. Oh, we nobody. Come here and have a seat. They just catered all the food to us. And man, we appreciate it. You know?
Ain't good that day.
Man.
I wish we all could have seen your face right
Man,
now.
it was cool, man. So then, again, we had the rental car, and we just started traveling around the tour bus, following them behind them, going to city to city. Now, I think what helped us out, most importantly, when we first started with the whole BSC thing was, when we were on tour with Tech 9, we built connections with people and his fans. When no one knew who the hell we were.
Yeah, right.
We were going out to everybody, shaking hands, taking pictures with them.
Yeah.
Even though
You were doing
we
the work
wasn't
when you
nobody.
could've just been living that party life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though we wasn't nobody, his fans didn't know we were nobody.
Yeah.
They just knew we came with him.
Yep.
So like, hell yeah, we'll take pictures with you. Hell yeah, can we have your autograph? Never
Yeah.
signed no autograph before. We're doing autographs now. Like, hell yeah, boom. There you go.
Try the logo.
Yeah, you was really so happy.
And then
You really was.
I met a guy named Jared and a girl named Patty, and I'm still close friends with them to this day.
Look at that.
Since 2010. She come up to the tour bus like, hey, can we meet Brother Lynch? My brother just died, and that was his favorite artist. And I'm like, damn, all right, hold on. Lynch, brother died, you was his artist. They even played your music at his funeral and all that. He's like, bring him on the tour bus. A lot of us, whoever our favorite artist is, we don't get to experience stuff like that. You can't just walk in the back somewhere and get on a tour bus and meet your favorite, whoever it is, actor, artist, whoever.
Yeah.
Man, she come on there, that made her day, man, and we've been cool ever since. She
Love it.
checks in, flew me out there a couple of times,
Look at
meet her
that.
family, cook, all kind of stuff, man.
Wow.
So, yeah, we built a relationship. So once we started doing the BSC thing, we already kind of we had people we can rely on a call once we go back to these other cities again.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
what
and
made
it's
it.
perfect because you kind of have some understanding of the business. You're already producing acts out of a studio. You're kind of doing the whole thing at once anyway. So really, it was just a matter of a missing link of a plug like that, where suddenly the audience that's presented to you is like, Okay, we'll listen to these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
So then, once the tour was over, we got back to Sac, man. I mean, we motivated, like,
Yeah.
that's it, bro. We know exactly what we want to do now. It's over with.
Yeah.
So we had a friend named Lo. He had a group called 360 at the time out in Reno. Guilty One,
Okay. Yeah.
Lo,
Uh-huh.
Mecca,
Yeah.
Mayhem.
Uh-huh.
That's how I met you, Mayhem.
Yeah. The very first time I met you,
I met you.
you haven't brought it up yet, but I booked Keith through you.
Yep.
So if you're ready
Yeah.
to talk about that, we could. Otherwise, you tell me if you want to start with keep going down where you're at in your story with Guilty One.
Well, Guilty One, yeah, he was out marketing. I seen him in the street all the time, handing out flyers, doing graphics, doing everything. I'm like, damn, this dude really was hustling.
Yeah.
So everybody played a part within the 360 group.
Mm-hmm.
Then they always talked about a guy named Tracy Willis out here.
I
with
like
Intense.
Tracy. And I like Mecca too a lot.
Mecca,
I like
yeah.
Mecca a lot, and I like George a lot. I like
George.
Guilty One, man. Those guys are,
George.
yeah, man. Good
Yeah.
people. Okay, good team.
So I meet Tracy. I kept hearing about him. I'm like, man, who the hell is this dude, Tracy? Like, we just kept hearing Tracy, right through Low.
Yeah.
Tracy cool, man. Tracy about business. Tracy this and that. So we finally meet Tracy.
Uh-huh.
And then Tracy was doing back then those Welcome to Renos
Yeah.
here at the,
Yeah.
So he was like, man, you guys come on and bringing us behind the scenes. And he was now showing us the venue and how to do things, even though it was a free event,
Yeah.
but he was doing it more on a local thing for artists here. Now, what we realized about Reno, what was so good about it was there was a lot of local support, right? Sacramento, the Bay Area, if you haven't really made it, there really isn't any support. You know?
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Reno's the complete opposite
Yeah.
because there is no big artist that came out of here.
Yeah.
So they support the locals.
Yeah.
So and I like that aspect of it. When I seen Tracy do Welcome to Reno, and it was just all local artists, and the place was packed. Packed. I'm like, damn. So this might be something we need to look into,
Yeah.
right? Now, luckily, then I meet you.
Yeah.
Now you brought me in. You was like, hey, because I was doing little shows at the Underground and the Treehouse.
Yeah.
I had a series I was trying to do every other week.
Uh-huh.
I'll bring out different artists here.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do like private small shows because if you're a local artist, I wanted to give you an opportunity to be able to meet these artists.
That's
You can
right.
go network with them. You can do whatever. It's not on me, it's on you to do it.
Yeah.
They're here. So go meet them. They're right in front of your face, they're touchable. So it's on you now. A lot of people don't get that opportunity.
Yeah.
And then every artist
You
that,
got it.
Yeah.
You seized it.
Yep.
That's good.
Now go, right?
Uh-huh.
It's up to you. And after that, if we're close and we're cool, each artist we brought back to a studio, whether it was his studio or a Rock Bottom studio.
Yeah.
Now it's more intimate. Now you can really be in there with the artist.
Yeah.
You might even get a free verse.
Look
you do
at
a free
that.
song.
Yeah.
Right? No one gets that
If they
opportunity.
like you, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the artist is going to be the one that decides if he's feeling inspired.
Exactly.
He's going to throw it out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So then I meet you, and you were like, hey, come meet up with me at the Nitty Factory. You introduced me to Gary.
Oh,
You
yeah.
brought me behind the scenes. You kind of tied that in together with me.
Gary's the shit, man.
Gary, I love Gary. I love Gary, man.
He's tight.
And when you did that, that just opened up a whole new avenue for me.
Yeah.
What you did by doing that for me was, I didn't want to be like on no cocky stuff, but it was more of, okay, you opened the door for me to get into the Nitty Factory, right? Where nobody else helped me get in.
Yeah.
Once I got in, I never wanted to let it go.
Yeah.
I never wanted to go back down to doing club shit.
I know exactly what you're
Right?
talking about. Yeah,
Bro,
oh, yeah.
I just seen, come on, bro, we just sold out 1,200 people.
Yeah.
Why would I want to go back down to doing 300 or 250 capacity?
Yeah. Exactly.
Because I felt that's easy now.
Yeah. Okay.
The challenge is this, and I'll just try to go bigger.
Oh, yeah, I see.
That's
you're
what it
coming from.
was.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So Ty played a big part in it with the artists that I had or with the whole movement because he was around. Man, if you go on my Facebook, you're going to see thousands of pictures
Yeah.
from every show, whatever. Ty was doing that, walking around, taking pictures of all the fans or whoever was there, making them feel good. The marketing behind that was Ty is going to take the pictures. Everybody want to see themselves.
Oh yeah.
When you log on to this Facebook account at that time or here, you can get your picture there.
Yeah,
That's
tag
how we
yourself.
grew our numbers fast.
Oh my Lanta, that's
See?
fucking great.
And that's what it was.
Sure.
I love it. Yeah. And at the time when it was breaking, I mean, it's like stuff like that, sort of like the big companies made it standard practice after they saw like, old West gunslingers like you
Yeah.
throwing out new bullets like that.
Man.
Because that's a clever fucking thing.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. And again, like Ty, so what Ty would do was his pretty much job was like he would do all the show CDs for each artist before we went to show, make sure that sounded right. Then he'll come do the pictures at the venues, or just little things, man. We run out alcohol for the artists.
Yeah.
Whoever the headliner is, Ty, go get that. Here, you guys go, whatever. Like I think he helped out too at the when you actually put on the Wale concert here.
Oh,
You
that
know?
was such a great night.
Man.
Whoa, here.
That was a good
Let's
song.
take us back to that.
That was good.
Take us back to Wale. Tell us about the night of Wale.
Yeah, Wale was so packed, and it was perfect timing when he came to Reno because that's when Lotus Flower Bomb just dropped.
Oh, yeah.
And he was a new artist,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you got Miguel here, and no one knew Miguel yet.
Oh, it was.
We was like, this little ass dude. Who is this little dude with this perm? Who was this dude?
Before he was kicking women
Yeah,
in the face doing
before that.
acrobatics.
Now Chris Brown got that same hairstyle now. You know? So, man, I'm like, he got the, what's that hairstyle called? The doo-wop, the shoo-wop, doo-wop. But yeah, man, so it that night was good, man.
Yeah.
So that when I seen that night, I was like, okay, Reno got something. People come out support, they don't care. Just give them what they want to hear. Give them something that's hot, they coming.
Yeah.
Coming out.
Yeah.
So after you did that Wale, that was it. I'm like, okay, let's try this 40 show now.
Yeah.
Right? Now that's okay. I know 40 comes a lot, but he does good here.
Every time. That's
Right.
why we bring him.
Yeah. And people
Oh,
were
yeah.
like, oh man, well 40 always here, or Keep the Sneak always here. Well 40 in his defense, well 40 keep dropping new albums.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be new content.
And another thing in his defense, he's never not sold it out. Why the hell wouldn't he?
That's true.
Yeah.
Every single
You got
I'd come here every 5 minutes if it's sold
bro,
out.
you got 3 people that do good in Reno no matter what anyone says, or if you listen to them or not. It's E40, Andre Nicotina, Tech 9.
Oh yeah.
Those
Every
3.
time.
Every time.
Every time. You could take it, and I'll throw a fourth in, Atmosphere. Atmosphere, always a hot ticket in town. But man, those acts that you're talking about are kind of the most raw, grassroots versions of rock stars that you can put out there.
Yeah.
You don't see self-made artists go that far. I mean, and if it shows anything, it's that there's room in the sky for a lot of stars.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to feel a need to compete with Tech 9 or compete with, you know, and some of these young guys too that Tech's taken out with them, and even guys that aren't even associated with Tech. That Dizzy Wright guy,
Oh.
whoa, that dude goes hard. And even that's like now
Shout
a
out
few
Las
years,
Vegas.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think the way it's going is fucking good, and you guys are always right. Your hand is always right in the middle of it, Fred.
You know what it is? I think, me personally, I like to have fun.
Uh-huh.
But while having fun, you want to make money, and you also want to help people too, right?
Great.
So, you know, when we were doing a lot of these shows every week, man, like we were using our own money,
Yeah.
putting it into it, and the way we did is we make a profit. It didn't matter if we make a big profit or we lose, whatever. We take that same amount that came through the door, put it back on the next show,
Amen.
and kept trying to build.
Mhm.
You know, and there was times like he'll tell you, man, I was in Reno at the time because we were doing so many shows. It's like, why go back to the Bay? You might as well just stay within Reno so you can promote and watch shit and, you know, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Man, I was staying over at the Sands a lot. Man, I was staying there so much they giving me discounts on suites, $25 and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
you are.
Yeah.
so I was like, all right, hey,
I'm
and it's
back.
close to the Nitty Factory,
Yeah.
so why
Yeah.
not?
And it's a sweet, so you know it's
Yeah.
clean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had this dude out here. He was like, "Oh man, if I was y'all, I wouldn't mess with Fred. Man, he's staying at the Sands." Check, but you know what's so crazy? Isn't that funny? Fred was standing at the Sands, but still doing $20,000 and $30,000 shows.
Yeah.
Fred was staying at the Sands, but still in Mexico, New York,
Yeah,
traveling.
yeah.
But you was still here in Reno, not going nowhere, but to
And if I were Fred
Spice
staying
House.
at the Sands, I'd be like this. Yo,
you know.
that's
That's where
Fred staying at the suite in the Sands.
Fred at the Sands.
Yeah.
See, I'm about to talk crazy, but let me be quiet. Let me reel it back in.
Yeah, go back.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But
I
So
had the luxury of not knowing what we're talking about.
Yeah,
I
we
can
did well.
participate in this video.
ooh, we might run these views up, I tell you.
Yeah, man.
But somebody be waiting for me outside.
Hey, well, there's a couple of us here. So.
Oh, my lenses. Don't wait for me outside.
no.
My daughter's going to school with Tracy Willis's daughter.
Oh,
That's all the last thing. We're all OGs.
Yeah,
No more of that outside for me.
T. Willis, sit back, man.
Yeah.
Proud boy, stand back, T. Willis, and sit back.
Yeah.
Wow. I learned that from Donald Trump. Yeah.
Bad ways.
Oh, but yeah, man. So, you know, as we kept doing the shows and it became a regular rotation, we started meeting local acts around here. Started meeting people like Peter Gang back then. They were young. They were 21. You know, I remember when we first met them, Q and Cushion.
Oh, shit.
And they used
yeah.
to come in. I was like, whoa.
That's the house right there.
I said, who are these guys, man? Little young dudes in here. And they just bouncing around. At that time, I didn't understand what they was rapping about, but all I heard was, I just seen big smiles and Peter Gang, Peter Gang, Peter Gang. I was like, who is
You're
this?
Chris Rock.
Peter. So I'm like, hey, man, shit, I'm about to fuck around with Peter Gang. Come on over here, man. And we was outside, and you know, RP to the youngster, Young Fee. He was part of BSC. He came outside, and it got me. I was standing by the car. He go, excuse me, sir. I got a CD. I do music. You mind listening to it? And I was like, what? He's like, sir. I was like, boo, stop calling me sir, right? Man, he calling me sir. But then I get it because he was like 20 years old, maybe 19. And he just being respectful.
I'm not
respectful
a sir.
kid.
I'm a bruh. Oh,
Yeah,
he was serving.
you get so used to hearing, hey, bro, like, say it one more time. But yeah, so I put it on, and he had this song, man. It was so good. All I remember was, I'm on my grind.
Oh.
These bitches just don't see it.
Oh,
Hey, I was like,
what?
Get
Who
money.
is it? Can we find him? Is he on Spotify with that?
I think so. Yeah, I think
What
he did
is it?
something.
Let's look it
His
up.
name Young Fee.
Young Fee.
Fee,
Okay.
man.
Yeah, he was there.
He was
He's on his
cool.
way.
We could play it. Let's see.
Him.
What was that song called?
I think it was On My Grind. I know it was on YouTube. He did a whole video for it
Young Fee.
in the Silver Legacy.
Reno, devil speaking to me, who I am, I'm happy.
I don't know. It's a
Is this the Young Fee I'm looking for?
No, I don't know
Doesn't
what fee
look
that is. He looked like somebody charged him a fee. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, that album cover
Look like boy,
that black and white album cover.
I don't know. But I got a song you can look up.
Well,
Okay,
okay, let's look that up.
This is what's gonna set it off. So after Young Fee, I go back to the Bay Area. I get an email from a girl,
Oh.
and I'm like, "Who is this?" She emailed me, said, "Hey, I'm an aspiring artist. Just moved to Reno." I said, "What?" She's like, "Here we go again. Somebody else talking about music, right?" Man, she sent me the song, and I pressed play. I listened to 15 seconds. And I called Ty. Bro, listen to this. Email. He said, "Who is this, bro?"
Yeah.
Her name is Yahimi.
Yeah.
With the song, "Fuck You."
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
We could play that.
With Young Deuce on the beat.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait,
Yeah,
we gotta
she
find
was-
the right one. There's apparently a
Yeah.
whole bunch of Yahemis now.
So,
It is.
Well, is it really?
It is.
Something
It is.
like that. Well, it's
Wow, and I can't even.
It's Y-A-H-E-M-I.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's okay. We're gonna cut all the
What?
silent space out later.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
All
man.
we need to do is find Yahemi because there's two Yahemis, and I don't
That's the
see.
one with Don Rob did the video too.
Oh, these are from
Oh, is that
Yeah.
something? Is that? Oh, was it something else?
I think Rob. No, not Don Rob.
Who was-
No, Chase.
Chase. Oh, Chase. Okay.
Chase.
Does she
Mom.
have a new thing this year?
I don't know. I think I seen something
Let's
on
see.
YouTube the other day. Somebody.
Let's see if this is the same. You'll know if you hear her, right?
I think that's something new.
Yep.
Wow.
Listen to this.
She's dope.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Wow.
Bars.
Man,
You hear
She
me
can go.
going.
I told
That's,
you.
that's some of her new.
Did you like my sound effects in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes. She's very talented now.
man.
She goes hard.
Very
So are you
talented.
still working with Yahoo?
Nah, everybody went their separate ways now. I think the older we got, we just started getting regular jobs and
We did different
careers
things,
and
yeah.
buying houses and that kind of thing now.
Yeah.
Even she went and bought a house now and doing her thing.
Yes,
So,
she is.
yeah.
Well, the thing I like most about the end of that story
Mm.
is that everybody is still focused on the real life of this.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in the fantasy and the dream of the tour.
Mm-hmm.
When you're Tech 9 and you live in it every day, it probably doesn't feel like a dream anymore. It probably just feels like he has to still sit down in his office and go through his numbers like anybody.
Yep.
So, you know, the fact that sometimes we go off and buy a home and pay attention to like real life shit, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
this is from 2020. She released this. So
Mm-hmm.
She raw, man. That's one of my favorite rappers.
sounds like she's not gonna stop.
Man.
Shout out Yahoo.
Shout
Oh, yeah.
out. Shout out. But yeah, man. And
Shout out.
so you know that was the team back then, Young Fee, Lug Peter, and you hear me.
Wow.
So what happened next is we just kept going through kept doing the shows and staying active and active and active. And then my friend Ben in Sacramento reached out. He's like, hey man, can you meet me in Sacramento tomorrow at Chili's, man, and come meet Keith the Sneak. So we sat down and had lunch. We just went over some things. That's how that came about.
You signed Keep the Sneak at Chili's?
At Chili's.
Oh my God, that's the
Chili's.
greatest fucking story.
Hey,
Really did that.
huh.
Over some queso, nachos.
Yeah, some chicken strips and
Wow.
chicken strips. Yeah, chicken strips and a raspberry lemonade.
For real.
We need to get Yahoo at a Chili's. That's what time it is.
Man,
Wow.
and that's how it happened, man. Yeah, so you know, he was like, "Let's do it, let's go,"
Wow.
and that was it. And you know, and dealing with Keith, you know, like probably anybody else, it did open a lot of doors.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of doors. Yeah, especially in other cities and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm always be grateful for that. Working with him, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
I got love for Keek the Sneak. I'm gonna be honest. I did some shows with Keek the Sneak. Most of them worked pretty good. Some of them were just batshit crazy. I was like, whoa, this dude's out of his fucking right. He didn't give a fuck what I had to say or anybody else in the room. Even E40 was the headliner of this one show I did in Sacramento with him. And Keek was like, I don't give a fuck about no 40. I go when I go. They were going. And I was like, and 40 didn't care. He was like, I know Keek. It's cool. It's what
Yeah.
I'll go on when I go on. He
I
went on.
remember that.
Yeah, there was a
And
crazy.
the thing downtown Sacramento.
Ace of
That big
Spades.
Ace
Oh,
of
yeah.
Spades.
Ace of
I remember
Ace of
that.
Spades. And
That was crazy.
even after, like, I just remember after that, I did another show with him after that, and I ran into him at the county, but like 4 hours after the show, because I was still closing up, he was just out, and I just will never remember him, or never forget him, because he was like this. Listen, I'm just gonna throw it out there until my voice is gone. You understand? And I can't do him because I don't know, but the voice was just shot to shit. And I'm like, yo, are you okay, man? Like, you want some water or something? He's like, nah, I'll be good. He had a drink in his hand. He's like, I'm gonna drink this one up. Fucking dude went out and performed again the next day. But
Yeah.
he just threw it out till his voice gave every single time.
He did.
That's giving a lot.
He did. You know, he performed at every show. I'll give him that. You know, get him on time there every time. That's the hard part. But once he was there, he did his job.
Yeah.
The crazy story about the Cal Neva, it might have been the same night. A bunch of people came up, he partying. I'm in my room, he in his room. Man, I get this bang on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God, Fred! I'm like, what's going on? He's dead.
Oh, yeah.
What? No, he's not. Man, I'm getting my clothes on. I'm running to him. Boom, 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 boom. And I know there's a bunch of people in this room. No one's opening the door. I'm getting mad. Open the door. Boom, 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 boom. Nobody's opening. Nobody opened. I'm like, all the fucking rooms in my name. I got all the keys. I get in the room. Keek on the goddamn floor in front of the bed, man, face down. I'm like, oh shit. Oh,
Just you're in Pulp Fiction.
I'm like, he's dead. And I'm like, he laying on the ground. Why is everybody just standing around?
Yeah.
I pick him up, man. I try to drag him into the bathroom, and I threw him into the bathtub, bro.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, get up, Keek. Hitting his face, man. I swear to God to you, this went like this. I was like, Keek. This fool went just like this. Yeah! And woke up.
He did.
Yeah!
And woke
up.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Man!
That's
Like,
the
what
memory
the
of us.
hell? Boy came back to life. Man, and then walk over to the Nitty Factor and perform.
Yep.
Oh my.
He really did.
Tell me when to go.
That's
Go stupid. Go down.
Like nothing even happened.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you something. We were out of our fucking minds in Reno, Nevada, doing a show with E40, Keep the Sneak, and D-Lo. Oh my
yeah.
God! It was
Oh.
the rowdy, but so fucking fun. That shit was so fun.
That was
Bro.
a good one. That was a good one.
That show sold out, and the best part of the whole entire show was D-Lo, and he only performed one goddamn song because he was late. He came out, hey bro, I'm sorry, I'm late. I said, hell no, you ain't performing. No, man, come on, bro, just let me go, because he wanted to get the rest of that money. I'm like, nah, bro. No, just let me just go. I said, go ask 40. That was my escape route out of that. Go ask 40 about that. 40 would say, yeah, man, go ahead, go do a song or so. Man, that night was crazy. When D-Lo went out there with that white button-up shirt,
Oh my
and
God!
his hair dreads,
1,200 people.
and that motherfucker started rocking them dreads way down here, and that beat came on.
Let's play that. I
And the
can
crowd was
guarantee we can find that.
D-Lo, we don't give a fuck about it. No hope, no hope, no hope, no hope. That's oh my God, the crowd was
Crazy.
woo,
We
That was
have to
fun.
find that. I know that's gonna be on here. We're gonna.
man.
Yeah, that was gone.
The crowd was so much into it. There we go. And everybody just stomping their feet, just
1,200 people just.
woo.
He was so fucking tight.
Hey, this song was going.
Oh my God, he was so fucking tight.
Man,
Oh, that was so fun. That night was so fun.
this Josh first show.
Oh yeah.
Josh standing backstage.
Ah.
Josh was like, "Oh my God, who is that? That fucker's badass."
Yeah, because I knew he blew out the E40 and Key. That's the one right there. We paid this
Huh.
guy
Oh my
$400,
God.
and he rocked everybody.
Man,
Like, one of the biggest fucking challenges in any music, let alone rap music, is finding the sound of your own voice.
yeah.
All these dudes have their own sound. You got to get your own voice. This dude sounds like nobody I ever heard. I was sure he came in on a fucking rocket ship from like planet Pluto and just dropped NoHo and was out of here.
Out.
Whoa.
You know what's crazy about D-Lo? In the song, he just mentioned HBR Click.
Oh,
Yeah, Hemi was a part of HBR Click. She was with D-Lo from the very beginning.
see?
Yeah.
You guys were right in there, man.
Man.
I mean, it's cool that you're growing up.
Yeah.
You're living on the block with these guys that are
Yeah.
doing it, and it's one inspiring thing to the next.
See, that's what I'm saying. We had all the pieces. It's about putting it together.
Yeah.
So I knew coming to Reno that Reno's a supportive city. Not only was it cheaper to do venues here
yeah.
versus California,
Oh, yeah.
the people were more supportive, and just like, man, how can we put it together? Because I think we had an advantage.
all night long.
Yeah.
No 2 a.m. bullshit.
Yeah.
No.
That's why we were crazy with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Just flooding the streets with crazy party people. Oh my God, though.
And the thing was like, I think what helped us out a lot, we had an advantage, I think, over most people in Reno, because we came from Sac in the Bay Area, which is
Yeah.
kind of influences Reno, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they got to try to find these people to get them here.
Yep.
We can just make a phone
We
call
just
and call
bring
them.
'em. I
If
love
we
it.
don't know them, our friend know them. So it's easy, at any given time, huh?
Mhm.
So, and that's what the advantage was.
Big advantage.
Yeah, dude, and you guys were doing it right. I mean, it's really the biggest thing. It's like I've encountered so many different genres, so many different promoters trying to dial them into venues here, and just I've been a dot connector for a lot of it where I can, and I met a lot of people. I will never forget. I don't know who the guy was that was working with Tracy Willis, but my first Tracy Willis story, I didn't know Tracy. I didn't encounter Tracy knowing that, but Tracy was doing really good business with Dean from the Knitting Factory, who was right before Gary. And Dean and I were boys. We really broed down over like what the possibilities were, because for him, he'd never had a promoter like me that could just go out and fire away and would even take on like his own boss. Like I remember Dean sending emails to his own boss on my behalf, being like, "Yo, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
The kid's doing a good job." And so I was building this sort of thing in there, and I just met a lot of people this way. And so this particular night, Tracy had rented a room with a partner, and the partner was all in on his money for sure. And they booked. Oh God, who did they? It was Young. Young didn't make it very far. I could tell you that, because the show didn't sell hardly any tickets. But I needed the same date for like an EDM, like dubstep DJ.
Yeah.
And they were going to go forward with the show. They didn't want to cancel the show and any of that, so they kept it. And I ended up renting a room after their show, so my rental didn't even start until 11:30 p.m. when they were cleared out. So I would just never forget, I was walking in the venue to start my night as Tracy was walking out. Tracy was fine. He's a rock, But whoever the guy was with him, his eyes and face were just swollen red, and you could tell this guy was just bawling his eyes out because he lost everything. And Dean's like, "Come on, man." He just kind of walks me out to saying, "This is sad shit." He goes, "Tracy's fine. He'll be back next week, I'm sure." But the other dude definitely not doing okay. But they walked out of the venue to my line of 900 little nerdy EDM kids just waiting around the block to get it in. Oh,
I didn't know about any of that music to Reno.
yeah.
All the dubstep and it was big here.
They fell in love with it for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Now that caused me a lot of turmoil, I'll tell you, because see, all those EDM promoters that were here, they were kind of underground guys. They were all doing underground shows, underground basement stuff, warehouses, wherever they could find, and venues too from time to time. But there was a pair of guys, Champagne and Bacon, that found me over at the underground. And the first show they ever did was Bass Nectar in the underground for a decompression after Burning Man party. And it was great. I mean, worlds collided because the venue was dealing with them right, the promoter did it right, everything was good. But as that music became more popular, it started going away from like underground booking agents who were handling it and going to like the William Morris and the CAA and the big agencies who were now responsible to book these DJs because the DJs could do $25,000 grosses. So the booking agents went to who they knew in each market, right? They didn't go back to those same underground promoters who had been working with these DJs for all this time before the music started to blow up on its own. So what started to happen is you'd get these weird little frictions where they'd come to me and be like, "Hey, do you want to book such and such act?" And I'd say, "Yeah." I'd look at the numbers, take a look. Looks good. Looks like the numbers in line with me. For me, it was always a business model, but for those EDM sceners, it's a very personal, like, this is our shit. And I thought that I was kind of in there because we were throwing parties together, but it really created like some major friction, like out loud fucking screaming arguments. One of these promoters, once I booked a show for Mochi Pet was the name of the DJ. This promoter calls this dude's agent and is like, "You fucking nasty bitch, how dare you? You don't come in." I mean, just lit her up. And she sent me an email and was like, "This dude just cussed me out. He's never going to see a fucking show from me again. Fuck him." And I think that it just blows, like, whenever that happens, it's kind of like what's going with country. We've been booking country music now for 2 or 3 years, and it's kind of making its rounds back to where it's like the mainstream thing that people buy tickets. In fact, we had an agent write us and be like, "Yo, you got any country bands in Reno? We just cannot keep the stuff booked enough." Apparently, all you have to do is play country music to start getting 500 a night in your kids.
Man.
Maybe we should be considering some bluegrass between the three of us.
Yeah.
Make us a little Freddie and the Benzes, and they're just
And a little country artist and some dubsteppers.
you know what I mean?
Serious.
We'll bring it to this. We got an exclusive cut from Freddie's new band.
Oh, no, that ain't no new. That is not.
Actually, I fucking love this guy. I'm not gonna lie. His name's Billy
Yeah.
Strings. He's
Oh,
Hey, that's your playlist, huh? That's his playlist.
yeah.
But hey, that kind of shit is just sound.
It was big here.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's what happened. Same thing that happened to you guys, I think. I mean, you were
Well-
doing a lot of hip hop, and all of a sudden, the Make a Quick Buck guys started coming out.
Yeah, they started coming out, you know, and want to try to be involved in shit, and people popping up I didn't know,
Yeah.
or maybe met you one time, and oh man, we should do something together.
Or trying to meet Keek, tell him how you could do it better. And all
Oh, that happened a lot.
Uh-huh.
That happened a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot of backdoor and undercutting, whether it was Keek, whether it was even the local artists from Reno I had.
Mm.
They were doing that too with Yahimi, Luck, Fee. They were doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know, so we can do this and we can do that, and it was like we can do it better. But what can you do that's better?
Yeah.
Because not only are we doing at that time, you know, outside of you and
Yeah.
Dan Hubbard, we were doing the biggest shows
Yep.
in Reno, and we kept it active
And selling them out.
and selling them out,
And
and
keeping
everybody
things
was
running,
coming.
right.
So what could you offer more? And not only that, we were doing tours where I'm getting local Reno people who I wouldn't say necessarily my friends, but I'm showing them something different. I'm giving them an opportunity to get out of their city to see other cities
Mhm.
and be able to perform.
Yeah.
You guys didn't offer that.
That's
You
true.
didn't do any of that.
I've seen enough people to see that they have a lot more difficulty saying, "I'd like to work with you because you're doing a good job,"
Yeah.
and see where you could get me, than it is to say, "I could do it better."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that always plagues Reno, whatever scene you're talking about, is that Make a Quick Buck guy who's doing some mimic, sees what Freddie's doing, and decides he can also do it.
You know how many promoters we seen come out?
Uh-huh.
All of us, every week somebody's a promoter or somebody's a manager of somebody.
Yeah. See?
You know, and it was crazy. Like I remember there's times we ran into him in Spokane. Remember at the Nitty Factory?
Oh, yeah.
With the Andre Nicotino
Yeah.
show.
We sure
Wow.
did see that.
You and the one guy used to be
Big
with the
fat
big dude.
guy.
Yeah. We ran into our own place, Spokane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
funny thing.
On the elevator.
Dude, and that was a crazy tour too, because we ran into a friend in Minneapolis, we ran into some friends in Spokane, we ran into some friends in Colorado.
Yeah.
I met some friends in, here's the thing, people in Portland, Maine are fucking nuts.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, that place parties. I got in some heat there. in
Yeah.
Portland. Yeah, that was, whoa.
Yes.
Partying too much, huh?
Yeah.
It was
crazy.
another one, just like you were telling that story when you walked in and they just started giving you the food and all that.
Mhm.
When we walked into the venue, because we were there with Nicotina and these guys knew, this group of lab rat dudes, or like lab coat guys, was in the kitchen just coming up with all sorts of candy and gummy recipes for their weed. So they came into the room with all this candy and chocolate and delicious stuff, and they're like, "Dude, we want you guys to try our candy." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"I would love to try some candy. I love candy." And I start, he's like, "Whoa, slow down. You're gonna be high as fuck." And I was like, "You giving me fucking weed candy?" I couldn't tell. It just tastes like a Jolly Rancher to me. But they do. They just walk right into that.
Hey, man, it was a trip though. Like what you were saying, some of the worst times I think I had even dealing with the music stuff, man. Like there was a lot of support, but there was a lot of bad times too. And you know, putting on shows how you gotta market yourself and market to other people. So there's a certain side of you gotta kind of hide and
Yeah.
not be that person, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to create that image. You know, and I think some of the hardest things I dealt with was I come into a city that I'm not from, and I'm really trying to help and help people out and do what we can. If we can do it together, if not, let's figure something else out, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the moment you can't do something for somebody or you just don't do it,
Yep.
fuck all the thousands of things you already did for them.
Yep.
And now you're, oh, don't fuck with him. Or
Yeah.
don't, like, there's no, and I put this on my life, there's no artist in Reno, if you want to call it label or rap group or whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
right? Whatever they go by.
Click.
Clicks, right?
Yep.
None of them can never say, I don't care if they were hip hop, white kids, or even the black rappers out here.
Yep.
Each one of them at some point was on a show of mine.
Yep.
No one can say they haven't been on one. From Peter Gang to the Gators to Intense, you know, to the Hard Castles, JBMVs, The Same.
I love this.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sam.
Right? And I'm not saying that they were talking crazy. I'm just saying that I still try to do something to make each one of these people be a part of something. At one point or another,
Yeah.
you was on
We were working
on
together.
the show. We
Yeah.
worked together,
And, you
and
didn't
no one
like
can ever
something,
say
did like
you
something,
haven't.
but We
Yeah.
did it. Yeah.
You know, and some even went on tour with me.
Yep.
That wasn't part of BSC. That wasn't my artist. They were your artists,
Yeah.
and they still came, and I allowed them to come with us
Yeah,
and
yeah.
still experience it. Which, if they're under your label or click or whatever, that's your job to go do that.
All right. Yeah.
Not my job.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I didn't care because I was
Yeah.
just showing love. Come on,
Yeah,
let's go
that's
do
all
this.
good, yeah.
That's it. So like when I started slowing down a little bit or stopped just doing the music, and then you start hearing all the talk and all that, I'm like, damn, not from that person.
Yeah.
Not the person that shows some love to or let you
Yeah.
in free and all your 30 friends and
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You're
And
really
it's just-
speaking to me now, man.
dude.
I can very much relate here. I built the same business, the same career, the same path. We walked the similar steps, and I built that thing to a huge place. And unfortunately, it was my own fault that I came tumbling down because my ego was getting out of control too. And that's what's this job is interesting because the job of the promoter, especially the introductory promoter, okay, it functions the same way as like a cartel boss. You don't set a goal to go become a cartel boss. Your personality shows up, and that job selects you. That job says you, Pablo Escobar, are gonna fucking run a gang because that's what you're geared for. And the promoter job is similar. The guy who is willing to stand up and be like, hey, I'm going to take some risk because I think it's entertaining for you guys. Now, with that job comes a tremendous amount of responsibility. The difference of the cartel job and the promoter is we're not dealing in anything illegal and foolish. So if we're behaving a certain way, and specifically me in this case, I was behaving a certain way that people went, we don't really like that. We're not going to support you. And I went through a pretty heinous fall as a result of that. And then there was also some of that had a lot to do with people that did not receive harm from something, action that I did, that really wanted to. I mean, most times now when you meet somebody that has something bad to say about me, they don't have any experience with me at all. It's just some shit they heard 10 years ago that they're still throwing around out there.
Mhm.
Because most of the people that I did wrong kind of say, yeah, I still don't like him, but he's at least doing what he needs to do to make it right over time. And that, I think, is what counts, you know?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
This was another one back then.
Uh-huh.
You remember your opening acts, whether it's your show, my show, Dan Hubbard's show, whoever's
Yeah.
show. The opening acts paid to be a part of the show.
Sometimes
Right.
that's true, yeah.
And the reason they paid was either it was security for those that didn't promote the show,
Mhm.
so you didn't miss out on the money,
Yeah.
or they were good, we'll give you your money back from the tickets you already sold, just so
Yeah.
we know. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that was another thing. Oh man, don't mess with Fred, man. He charges people to get on the show.
Well, yeah.
But you know who complained about it?
You know how fucking valuable that time is?
Man,
What do you
yeah.
mean he's charging? Of course he's charging to get on the fucking show.
Man.
Tech 9 should be charged. They all should be charged.
And he do.
They do.
They do. You can't go in there tour without paying them.
Yeah.
Sometimes they pay. They'll charge you $1,000 a city.
Yeah, we got to shift
You know?
that mindset.
So the thing, the main thing that kind of bothered me the most, probably hurt me the most, really, I'm gonna say is, and I don't want to make it sound race wise, but it came from my own people, the black people that complained about Fred charging to get on the show.
Oh.
There's white guys doing the same thing I do, and they charge, and they're charging more.
Oh, yeah.
But you never
sometimes
said
that's
nothing.
true.
You'll go on their show, open act, pay more. I charge 3, he charged 7.
Whoa.
You never said nothing about him.
Do you feel like that has something to do with race?
Well, it has nothing to do with race. It was my own
Yeah.
people
you
that
should-
said it.
I got you.
That said it.
yeah.
It wasn't white people that said it.
No, yeah,
It was
you-
black people that said it.
In a place where you're kind of looking
Right.
like you should be receiving some support, you mean?
Support
You're
from
getting the other
yeah.
thing. Yeah, I see
But
that.
you was quick to try to knock him down, but you'll support this other guy.
And so,
And
do
I
you-
probably showed you more love than the other guy anyways.
And so on the other side, were they thinking the same? Is it like, yeah, you're black too, and you're the promoter, you should be hooking me up? You know this other guy's always charging me.
I had a lot of we're friends and we're buddies. I shouldn't have to pay. You should be letting me on, and I'm better than these white guys. You're letting open that, be the opening act. It had nothing. It has nothing to do with who's better, who rap better.
Yeah.
It's business. We all know. If you know, K. Michelle, R&B singer, Keisha Cole, people like that, right? Ashanti, stuff like that. Doesn't matter how good they can sing.
Yeah.
Britney Spears can't sing as good as y'all, but she makes and brings in more money than you guys
Yep.
because they're promoting her machine is bigger.
Yeah.
Where these other guys I have been opening neck, I never said I like them more than you guys, but I know they had a following in Reno, and I
Yeah.
know they're gonna easily bring 50 people through the door just for them alone.
Yeah.
Where you are gonna show up and try to bring 30 people to get in for free.
Yeah. Right.
You know, that's the difference.
It is
and
the difference.
That's why I put them on the show. And not only that, I didn't want to be known as the promoter that do the quote unquote black shows, black rap, black whatever. I never
Yeah.
forgot what city I'm in. I'm in Reno, bro. It's less than 1%
So you
black
want
here.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know something
So-
on the fucking radio Scantron, the Arbitron, where they do the demographics.
Yeah.
African American comes up as NA.
See, less than 1%.
Oh,
So for
there's
me,
fucking nobody here.
I would be dumb just to try to cater and promote to one group of people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna see how many acts I can get on, and I'll mix it.
Yeah.
Shit, goddamn, the headliner is E40.
Yeah, yeah.
So that already catering to somebody.
Yeah.
What's the problem if I get a Hardcastle or somebody like that? Get 2 of
What
them
do we do?
and maybe
Yeah.
2 of you and mix it.
It
now I
should
got a
be
mixed
what
crowd.
happens, yeah, because
you know?
everybody thinks they should be on everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And they in their minds they're the best. And I never got into when the local guys would be like, "Yeah, I want you to come check out my show." I'd be like, "This, no." And they're like, "Why, man?" I'm like, "Because then you're gonna be like, what'd you think?" And I'm gonna have to tell you what I think, and most likely you're not gonna like what I think. I had a hilarious one. These guys came to Tonic many years ago, and he finally, because he's a friend, he says, "Okay, yeah, I want you to watch the show." I said, "Okay, fuck, man, I'll watch the show." So I watched the show, and I'm like, "Damn, you guys are pretty fucking good, actually." So he come up to me after, he's like, "Yo, what'd you think?" And I was like, "The band's great, dude. You got to change the band name because no one's ever gonna go to your shows if it's a fucking band name they don't want to say." And that was all the feedback I gave him. Now, 10 years later, I see this guy here in the club, and he said, "Man, I was fucking pissed off at you for so long." And I'm like, "Why, man? I don't even know what you were mad. I never saw you after the Tonic show." He goes, "That's what happened. You fucking told me my band name sucked. Nobody was gonna listen." And I'm like, "Well, what happened?" He goes, "You were right. We changed the band name, and now we got a big old following."
Man, what's up?
But that's what it is. They'll give you any reason to make you, to hate on you because you're the promoter. They think it's personal.
Yeah.
They don't get the privilege to see the business laid out and realize, like, look, I understand you see like 25,000 in ticket sales, but trust that I'm walking out of here with less than a car payment.
They don't understand the expense part of it.
Yeah.
They don't understand business.
Yeah.
A lot of them probably live with their baby mama, don't help her with the gas money. So you definitely don't understand bills and payments. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all sleep with your baby mom, don't even help her with the rent. So of course you don't understand bills. So me explaining to you how this all works makes no sense. I'm wasting my time.
It's true.
So you get charged because sometimes that helps out because you got the headliner. You got a E40. It could be any, the $9,000 to $12,000 for him. You got the Nitty Factory, their costs. The travel, the hotel, the food, the bottles, their entourage. We taking care of buying all the hotel rooms.
Yeah.
And you're tripping on $300 to get on
Yeah.
when you got to dish out about 20 grand just to make this event happen.
And the other part of it is that as the act, it's your responsibility to come up. If somebody's putting you in front of 1,000 people, that is all the payment right? It's different if you're paying to play on shows that you got to now bring the people to also. Well, that's weak. That's weak. But if you're paying to get on a bill for an audience that's built in, you got to make the most of that lineup. You got to go print yourself some fucking merch. You got to do whatever it takes to get $400 in your pocket and make sure you have 100 T-shirts at $15. Because if you paid $300 and you go out and sell 1,500 in T-shirts, you giving a fuck about that $300? No.
There's just no work ethic.
Yeah.
When we first started this, you had to have work ethic. We didn't get it overnight when we started this. No, we was calling each other 6 in the morning. Me, him, and my boy Sean. And we was living in a different place. Man, wake up, get up. Bro, we got to get out there. We got to go promote. We're promoting stuff that had nothing to do with us. We was actually promoting our homeboy Low. It was his music. It wasn't our music.
See?
But us three
Every
was out in the morning. Every morning, we at the campus. We downtown walking the streets. We just go park the car and walk miles. Hey, come to the show. I know y'all don't know us, but check this out. Y'all gonna love the music. That's what we were doing every day.
Yeah.
But I'm not a rapper.
Yeah.
You the rapper. How come? Why is your work ethic not like that?
Which is a shame. You're
Promote
such
yourself.
a handsome guy working hard. You would have crushed it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you gonna tell him no.
So it's crazy, man. Sometimes I sit back, I'm like, damn, boy, if I was a rapper.
If I was a rapper.
Oh, man.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
Marketing. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I'm a caller.
Let's do it. We're already there. Bring him up.
But yeah, man. But yeah.
That was a good one.
But yeah.
I like that we listened to Skilo
Skilo.
and D-Lo today.
Skilo and D-Lo.
That's it. Play that shit. That's
Hey.
it.
Oh, wow.
You know, people need to hear it because the work ethic of it is really where it comes down to.
Yeah.
If you're paying to get on a show still, it's because you have not built yourself a hard ticket value.
Yeah.
Your hard ticket value is based on if I put a $10 ticket on sale, how for you only, how many people are going to buy it? Now you talk about these backpacker kids, the Have To, John Junes Wilson. Shout out to Junes. Grinds just like you. The guy who got, it was the same for me when I was doing shows. I didn't exactly charge people directly, like pay cash to get on, but it was a ticket selling situation. I'm going to give you 50 tickets. You sell these, you get to keep $2 a ticket off of what you sell, and let's see your work. If they couldn't sell tickets, then they got to buy on.
But they don't want to put themselves in that position to face that reality because it's ego. Because everybody think they're the hottest person out there. Well, if you're so hot, do your own show, just your name only, and sell a ticket and see how many people come see you.
Dude,
That's how you will know how hot you are.
You're so
just
right.
like when Keek, like, why would I be afraid to tell you that? And I had this talk with Keek. When Keek's career started going down and he was requesting a certain amount of money, I'm like, bro, I can't ask a promoter to pay you that. Right? What do you mean? No, I can't.
Yeah.
Right? When you got your own show, are we really selling out clubs at this point anymore?
Yeah.
400 capacity? At that point, we're not.
Yeah.
So I would never go ask a promoter to pay you anything more than a certain amount.
Based on this,
Right?
number, yeah.
That's
Actually,
it.
that was one of the things I liked the best is that I could tell you were giving me honest numbers.
Yeah.
I've been working in the rap world for so long that I just got used to people like that fucking guy that's handling or was handling E40 and Andre Nicotina now for a while. He's been over at Paradigm. And this dude quoted me $25,000 for E40. And I'm like, yo, I want to laugh in your face right now. I've personally paid him $12,500 like 100 times. I know what he gets here. Why are you trying to gouge me? When you deal with that over and over, the first guy that comes to you and says, yeah, man, I can make Keek happen for $1,000. I go like this. Oh my God, that's a real number. It adds value to the ticket. Keek will actually earn it, and people will get on fine.
You know what I did with Keek was I lowered some of the numbers, right? At that time, my phone wasn't blowing up for Keek to come out. I'm going to be honest with you. I had people, like I told you, out in Washington with the brother who died. That's why I build relationships for later. Hey, can you do me a favor? You think you can bring him out to where you guys live and do a Keek show? Oh, yeah, me and my husband will put up the money, and we'll put the show on. See, it was relationships. It's not about the artist. I'm connecting and networking with people because I might need you later on. And that's how he got a lot of those shows. A lot of the shows that I had with Keek, and you look on my Facebook with the flyers, there wasn't really a lot of promoters that called me for them.
Yeah, right.
Those were favors of a favor from a friend.
Yeah, but you were beating bushes and finding those numbers.
That's what it was.
Yep.
So I took it personally, like if he showed up late.
Yeah.
If you didn't show up at all. or you took their fucking deposit money, bro, and didn't come.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not a promoter. These are people actually friends who did me a favor to have you. Little did you know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what was going on back then.
Wow.
Right? So
yeah, man. And that's honestly like, that's as hard as it gets to deal with an artist at that level and have to step in and put, I mean, look at the way the most famous ones we ever think about, like Suge Knight and Dr. Dre and all that. Suge Knight was not just some character figure in there. The guy was fucking running things and making sure people were doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's important.
I'm going to tell you, I'll be honest with you, and if I'm wrong, anybody in here can correct me on this. A lot of people, while they'll try to be in your business and do this and say this, whatever they might have said about me. When I could tell you that I was genuinely doing this so we can make something happen, ask anybody who worked with me, how much money did you pay Fred?
Oh.
Did Fred make money off that show?
Yeah.
When Fred went and promoted every day for 30 days, even with Ty,
Yeah.
how much did you pay Fred for doing that? For going out every day? Facebook, even sometimes, remember Facebook used to charge you sometimes to do the blast thing. That came out of my pocket. Did I get reimbursed? No. I didn't care because I was always looking down the road like, shit, man, we can blow this up and get huge. I can always get the money. Same thing goes back to the guy who was like, you stayed at the Sands. Motherfucker. Bro, if I want to live, bro, when we first came to Reno, didn't I put money down on a house out here? With Bean, and I said, you know what, I don't want to live in Reno. Give me my money back. I don't want to live in this house. A brand new house, right? Before I even came to Reno, when I was pulling up to his house, already had the Beamers, already had a Benz.
The biggest question would be, like, why would you want to live in one spot if your goal is to be going all over?
And that's what we were doing, traveling a lot. That's why. So there was time, like, I was staying in a hotel because I was moving constantly. I was always somewhere. So why would I pay rent somewhere and I'm gonna be there just 1 week and a hotel on top of that? Or you can't even afford to take your girlfriend out on a dinner date and you worrying about where the hell I'm staying and what I'm paying, right? You can't spend $50 at Outback and you talking about where Fred stay. Like, bro, if you don't get out of here, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? You still taking her to the Sands. The same person said, I catch you in the Sands getting the dollar beers. Like, stop playing, bro. Like, come on, man.
I'll be in the Sands trying to get
Hey, I get a dollar beer too.
Not on probation, but before and after.
But that's what it was. But they'll tell you how much money you get. And whatever money like that came on my pocket, they put back into the shows to keep them going. Could have easily, if I wanted to be an asshole, honestly, I could have said this costs this and put my fucking fee on top of it.
Absolutely.
And got my money off top. Whether you made money or not, I'm getting paid. And I could have lived however I wanted to live, right? And I didn't do that. And when you have Josh on here, you can ask Josh when I met him. I told him this is our agreement. I said, hey, bro, don't pay me nothing. If the show do good, then pay me. If it doesn't do good or break even, nothing.
That's it.
Now, most people won't do that, right? I did it because I try to believe in myself. But at the same time, one of Josh's friends was like, no, pay him anyways because he still did work. Which is regardless how it goes.
Which
if
is
he
awesome,
worked, you pay him.
That's
right?
cool,
Straight up. So, but I didn't care about that.
That's
I just wanted to make shit happen. You know?
Yeah, you've been moving and shaking since I known you. That's for sure. I
Man.
never seen you not being an active part of something that was working pretty good.
Yeah, I try, man. I try.
I love following your posts.
Oh, thank you.
Your Facebook fucking makes me crack up, man. Oh my God, it's good.
I'm about to get on some stuff later, boy. You're going to see on Facebook, you're like, hell no. Did he just say that? People going to be mad, boy. God damn.
Oh, wow, shit. Freddie Benz. It was a pleasure to have you over here.
Thank you,
you're gonna launch your own podcast here.
I am. One more, man. Come here real quick, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah, this old Peter Pan.
You
man.
got
He called me Peter Pan. I'm gonna let him.
Oh,
You got somebody you want to bring in?
yeah, man. So the
Let's
reason I
bring him
want
on.
to get him on real quick because,
Cause I'm a white boy.
I mean, he
I don't want to.
put the heads.
Yeah, hold on, man. I know you need some.
Sanitizer
or something.
Hey, nah, bro.
You good?
He good. Cocaine kills everything.
Oh, okay.
Shit. Yeah, that's
This dude something else.
Yo, you ain't getting that
Man, this dude.
yeah, that's good.
We need a laugh track too. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Who do we have here, Brad?
All right, so this is Josh, man. So the reason I wanted to have Josh on back then too, Josh played a huge part back in the with the tours in a lot of the bigger shows that came to Reno.
Yeah.
How we met was actually at the Fantasy Girls,
Hell
Imagine
yeah.
that.
right?
I wonder how many businesses started at the Fantasy Girls.
One.
At least one.
But the Spice House,
We know that.
the
Yeah,
Spice
Spice
House, hell yeah. We used to call the Spice House the office. Hey, bro, meet me at the office. We in there with laptops, some Hennessy.
That was like 10 years back.
Man, the office. And you know what we did was we'll not Google, but we I ain't gonna get all my secrets, but we'll figure out how people's schedules are open, right?
Uh-huh.
And why people think we just in there kicking out. They always at the Spice House. Why you think we kicking and hanging out? We're actually paying attention to the girls to see what music they keep playing over and over and over.
Oh, shit.
So now I'm gonna bring those people to Reno.
Yeah.
And now these girls about to be a walking billboard because that's their favorite artist. And she's gonna tell her friend to come, and she's gonna bring a trick too.
Oh, my God.
That's
It,
it.
it works,
And that's what we
it
were
works
doing.
really good like that.
It did.
Though they told every trick.
Every trick.
And
was
their
there buying
tricks
a
told
ticket.
their tricks, and it works good.
Man.
So if you found yourself at one of Freddie's shows, you were tricking someone.
There was money. There was money. That's all.
That's how it went, man. So and then Josh, you know, he came apart and he played a big part doing one of these E40 shows with Keek and Snow the Product. Snow the Product.
That's where we messed up. We should have signed Snow the Product.
We had a
Get
chance
the-
to sign Snow the Product.
Get the fuck
for,
Yeah.
for 10 grand.
Yeah. Snow the Product.
That's where we messed up. We should have never done the tour. We should have signed Snow, and that's
Whoa.
what.
The rest would be history.
Yeah,
right
rest
now.
would have been a history.
Yeah, now she's getting 25 a night probably.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
she's
and
good.
she's on
She's-
TV show.
she's banging.
Queen of the South.
She deserves
Oh, yeah,
to
that's
be
right.
there,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
She's a fucking real deal, man.
She
Shout
never
out
been
Snow
here.
Product.
Hell yeah. Snow came
Yeah.
out and
And
what?
Freddie knew she could get the audience from. She could get the Latino audience, and she could speak bilingual. So she had
Yeah.
the double. She was like had the Selena effect.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
We
Oh, yeah.
and how we met Snow was actually on YouTube,
Oh.
watching her freestyle.
Wow.
We was like, we're gonna bring her to Reno.
Yeah.
No
We
one
put
knew
her
her
on
out
E-
here at that
We
time.
put her after E40. We
How
put her
many-
before
How many tickets did you do for Snow?
Sold out.
sold out.
Sold it
Sold out.
Wow.
Sold out.
Fucking
And yeah, so after that, it was rest was history. So I started flying out to Dallas a couple of times, meeting up with her and her brother and stuff. And
oh, wow. You were like getting
yeah,
in there.
yeah. Well, we was eating at Buffalo Wild Wings. She would come
From Chili's to
Serious.
Buffalo.
What is it with this
I
guy?
don't know what it is about wings. She like, hey, I'm landing. I'm in Dallas right now in a Market Center area. Her and her brother picked me up from my hotel. They took me to Buffalo Wild Wings in Uptown, and man, we're just chilling, bro.
You know what was the craziest? Just a quick sidebar. Wiz Khalifa sent me a rider that had 4 pages of hospitality and all that shit. He personally scratched it all out and sent us to Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's
That's
it.
awesome.
We bought like $1,200 worth of Buffalo
Oh,
Wild
hell
Wings.
no.
That's all they need.
Wiz Khalifa travels with these 2 dudes who are like 400 pounds. He calls them the mountains.
Yeah.
He's like, how'd you get past the mountains, bro?
God damn,
Because
see?
I have the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Man, I after the what was that Fantasy Girl, me he had this big suite at the I think Silver Legacy or El
It was,
Dorado. wherever.
he was at El Dorado.
So we go up there for the first time, man. I'm bringing some local people from Reno with me, and it pissed me off because our deal almost didn't get done.
Oh yeah.
Because-
Tell this story.
This dude comes in and steals one of his friend's iPhones. And he's like, hey, my iPhone missing. All my kids are in there, all the pictures. I'm like, where's the iPhone? We going crazy. The dude who stole it sitting there really like, I don't know, I'll help look for it.
Oh,
Bro.
gummer ass motherfucker.
Dude, my friend go in his pocket while he was asleep one night and found the damn iPhone, gave me a call. Hey, bro, I got the iPhone. He stole it. So get it back to him. And I'm so pissed because I'm like, this when the iPhones were kind of new at that time, when it was
Yeah,
a big,
yeah,
big
yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
I'm like, you stupid motherfuckers. I got this goddamn dude over here with all this money.
And I
Bro,
told
if we
fuck
make it
you, you
good-
took my friend's iPhone, you're done, bitch.
We can all get iPhones, you asshole. Like, as a matter of fact, you can't even hook the iPhone up anyways. Like, I was like, God
But
damn.
Freddie called me next morning. He had the iPhone. He's like, let's go to breakfast. Let's realign this thing. And that's
Man.
what we did.
Oh, wow.
And that's how that happened. Then the E40 thing went well, and then some of his friends got involved and became believers, man. And then when E40 came out, that song Function. We
Yeah.
were trying to function.
Oh, yeah.
So when that album dropped, I was like, fuck it, we going on tour, and we going to help promote this album for you, man. And went city to city with it.
Wow.
E40, Keith, Turf Talk.
Oh, yeah.
Turf Talk didn't really help us out too much. Sorry, Turf.
Yeah, that song. And that,
yeah.
This had the Nitty Factory going crazy when it's dropped. Remember this? And in
shit.
Tahoe.
Man.
Yeah, I think this was. Is this where the 40 Keek and D-Lo show
Him.
happened? Was it this album or was
I think
this
so.
after that?
After
This
yeah.
might have been after. Oh yeah,
Man.
I was always trying to function in those times.
Yeah, I'm
That's
still
what made
trying
me
to
so
function.
dysfunctional.
Well, yeah, man. So,
Yeah.
well, yeah, man. So after the tour, everything went well, man. And I just think everybody kind of started like branching off now.
Yeah.
Everybody went their own separate ways and started doing their things. I ended up moving to Las Vegas, and Josh had his thing going on, and
Yeah.
Ty's working and doing other shit now. So
And I had to go through a 2-year long criminal investigation. And all these other things were happening. State level, attorney
Yeah.
general, no problem. See you
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad to be past that phase.
For
of
real, I
things,
bet, man.
I like having a family. I like being able to say my kid goes to school with Tracy Wills' kids. I'm really proud.
Shout out Tracy.
Shout out Tracy. And shout out Tracy Jr. Keep running that football.
Is that
man.
right?
The kid can run.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He ain't talk about that. Damn, Trace. I know he didn't get it from Tracy. You know what I'm saying? Pit bulls don't run fast, Tracy. So yeah, man. But we all went our separate ways, and I moved to Vegas, and he moved off doing his thing, and yeah, man. I think after this COVID thing, everything's gonna come back together. Reno definitely will be a stop where. Kind of want to wake the city back up the way it used to be. I went on Virginia Street last night. This is not the Reno I know, bro.
Oh my
like,
God, yeah.
it's so dead.
Nope,
It has
it
nothing.
isn't.
I don't want to say COVID because I've been to other cities,
It ain't exactly
and it's still
covered,
moving
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Reno is like
Only thing
Flat
moving
zone.
on our streets is some homeless people
yelling.
yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
It definitely needs to move, Fred. You
Yeah.
definitely need to get
It
in here and
is.
start doing
But I remember,
sparks.
you remember the good days. Like you'll be throwing a show somewhere. I'll have a show. Dan Hubbard will be at the Underground doing a show.
Yeah.
People have so many options and
Slam
things
into
to
it.
go do.
Mhm.
It's not like that anymore.
And it could be. People want it to be. I think it doesn't need to be what it's turning into. They're doing the city somehow continues to go on this campaign of trying to turn this into like a retirement community for the Bay Area. And I'm like, do you understand why people come to Reno from the Bay Area?
Man.
They want to party. They want to
Yeah,
gamble.
yeah.
Old or young, they want to be here and live a little bit. So some of us party to Paul Anka and some of us party to E40. And that's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
This is Reno, baby.
This is Reno.
Yeah.
Don't change it to nothing else. Man.
Yeah,
That's what it
that's
is.
right.
But yeah, man, that's all I gotta say today.
Yeah, well, what it sounds like is we're gonna leave a pin on it for the future.
Yeah, we are.
It seems like you guys are hungry to do some shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
we
should put
are.
the band back together, definitely.
No, it's about to happen. There's some things in the works.
I like
There's
it.
something in the works. Please believe.
Well, Freddie Benz, Josh, all the guests today, Ty, you guys are fucking fantastic, man.
Cool. Thank you.
It's a great
Thank you
time
very
having
much.
you down here. BSE.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, that was good, dude. Yeah. That was nice. That was quite.
I mean, you love
Wow, that was fucking.